Hello everyone, my name's Josh. I was a computer science teacher for a decade. I now run a tutoring business where I've helped thousands of students to get better grades, and also I'm an examiner for multiple exam boards like OCR, AQA, Cambridge International. And what I'm doing is I'm making this lesson here just to kind of get you back in the zone with programming. If you're a year 12, this is going to be skills which are going to be really useful to you, and hopefully should push you a little bit. Year 13, it's just going to be getting you back into the swing of things after the long summer. So let's have a little look at this. The skills that we're going to be using are functions, totaling, creating averages, passing parameters, returning values. So let's have a look at what the question is actually asking us to do. So it says create a program that takes a number as an input and then sends it to the total sales calculator. So if you imagine that you're a car salesman, what you might want to do is you might want to generate the total sales that you've made that month. And then what we're going to do is then we're going to create this total, send it back to the main part of the code, and then generate an average. So let's have a look at how we do that then. So first of all, I'm just going to get let's do it for the cars, number of cars, and it's going to be an int input. Please enter the amount of cars you have sold. Then what we're going to do is then we're going to create above that our function. So let's say def total calc bracket. We're going to take num of cars is the parameter in there. And then this is actually where we want to calculate the total. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for using a for loop, and I'm going to do for I in range. If you want to sign up for free exam support, please click the link in the description, and remember to subscribe for more free content. Num of cars in there, and that is going to loop a certain number of times. So say if you sold 3 cars, this is going to loop 3 times. If you sold 5 cars, 10 cars, a million cars, it's going to go through that. Then what we're going to do is we actually need to ask what they sold the car for. So int input, please enter the amount you sold the car for. And then also what we can do here is then this is where we're going to create the total. So total equals total plus price. Now with this, how that essentially works is with the price. If you imagine it was £100, what that's going to do is it starts off at 0 total, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add 100 to it, and then it loops around again, and let's say the next car that we sold is 200, so then it goes 100 plus 200, so that equals 300. The next car is 150, so 300 plus 150 is 450. And if you want to see it building that up, you can actually output the total there. So if you just put a little message to yourself, the running total is like that. Now, we also need to initialize the value there. You can do it in one or two ways. You can initialize it in the main part of the code, or you could do it there, but that's really important. If you don't initialize it, it won't work. So that gives us all of that. So that gives us total. And anyway, that'll do all of that. And then what we can do is outside of the for loop, very important at the indentation level. So you want it within the within the def block, but not within the for loop. We're going to return total. Then now we need to go back to the main part of the code. So we've defined the total calculator, and what we're going to do is total equals total calc bracket num of cars. This is how we call the function and say, like, we want to run this. We're going to send in the values, so of the number of cars. Let's say that we sell 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it in there, and then we're going to run this part of the code here. That then passes it back to us because it returns the total, and that is then stored in here. And then what we need to do is calculate the average now. So the way that we're going to do the average is just the mean, so total divided by the number of cars. If you wanted to, you could actually have a running count in here. So a running count as well would work, but then you'd have to return it. So I'm going to leave that for the time being. And then let's just output that and just print the average of your sales is average. And you're all done. And that's just, is it a crazy hard program? No, but it's been a long summer. You've got you've got all of your, you're getting back into the swing of things. So this is going to be hopefully helping you to feel a little bit more accustomed to everything going on there. So have a little play around with that. See how you get on. Let me know how everything's been. All right. Cheers, people. If you want to sign up for free exam support, please click the link in the description and remember to subscribe for more free content.